Students, in the previous clip, we have seen how the company is about to make the dividend policy decision, and their last line was having a mistake. By mistakenly, we could not change the kind of opposite relationship. When it is unprofitable growth, the company should retain less and pay more. In the previous clip, it was written opposite, retain more, pay less. It is for profitable growth. For unprofitable growth, it is retain less, pay more. Company should not keep anything. We have discussed in the previous discussion. Now we will start with 7.4, that is estimating the dividend discount model when there are different growth rates are there. What about different growth rates? For example, a company here being discussed, you see, the company has earning per share right now is $5, and it is expecting to grow the earnings at a rate of 30% per year until the end of year 3. At that point, other companies are likely to bring out competitive products. So once competitive products came, your growth will go down, isn't it? So up to 3 years, you are fortunate, you have a monopoly in the market, your growth will be 30%. But from fourth year onward, growth will come down to 5%. So, because fourth year there is no growth option, so third year itself, end of third year itself, the company starts paying dividend 75%. So first year and second year, we have seen in the previous discussion that when there is high growth, company will pay less, retain more. So the company has 30% growth year one, 30% growth year two, and year 3 also 30% growth, so there is no question of paying dividend in end of year 2. These 2 years there will be 0% dividend, 100% retention. Year 1, year 2, 100% retention, and year 3 onward 75% the company will pay as dividend, 25% it will retain as dividend. Yes, 25% it will retain as retained earning. So the retention will be 25%, payment will be 75% from year 3. If the cost of capital is 9%, what will be the share price today? So let us, I explain very clearly to you. The timelines are given here. The earning per share growth rate is 30% per year, and in the fourth year onward, the growth rate will be 5% forever. So the company's earning per share is $5 in year 0, 30% once you grow, 6.5 will be in year 1, 8.45 year 2, 10.99 year 3, and for year 4 it is only 5%, 11.54. Dividend payout ratio will be how much? Dividend payout ratio will be 0, 0, 75 and 75. So go to the spreadsheet please. If you go to the spreadsheet, we find that the timeline is provided here. $5 is in the first year, 6.5, 8.45, 10.99, 11.53. Now what happens here? The dividends are 2.5, 3.25, dividend ratio is 0, sorry. Okay, now changed. See, dividend is 0. In the 0 year, there is no dividend right now. And first year also we will not pay any dividend because it is a growth company. The growth is 30%, so we will retain. Second year also we find that there is an option of 30% in the third year, so we will not pay any dividend in the second year. But in the third year we find there is no further growth in the fourth year and onward, because the growth will be only 5%. The cost of capital is 9%. We have seen in the previous discussion that cost of capital and growth always compared. If cost of capital is less, growth is more profitable. We will retain more and more, pay less. What we have done in year 0 and year 1. 9% cost of capital, and we can insert a comment here. 9% cost of capital, growth is growth is equal to 30%, whereas cost of capital is equal to 9%. So this is a profitable growth. So we should invest in this company because so 9% are, whereas 30% growth. So we will hold as much as possible. How much we hold? 100% we hold. No growth, no payment of dividend in the year 0 and year 1, 2. Here also we can do the same thing, and here also we can do the same thing. Okay, so but from year 3 we have seen there is no scope. Why there is no scope? We will see here. We will insert a comment here, and we see the reverse situation came. What happened? 9% is the cost, whereas 5% is only the growth is only 5%. So this is a very kind of not an encouraging situation for holding the money. Then what the company has decided? 75% to pay as dividend. So the dividend will be 8.24. Now question is, what will be the stock price? Stock price is equal to, always you know, the present value of future cash flows. Present value of future cash flows will be the stock price. Here you see present value of dividend of year 1 is 0 because we are paying 0 dividend in year 1, so it will be 0. Present value of dividends of year 2, again 0 dividend, so present value of dividend will be also 0 because we are paying 0 dividend, present value will be 0. Here also we are paying dividend 0, so present value will be 0. But the present value of the present value of dividend of year 3, 8.24 is the dividend you are paying in year 3. Its present value will be 6.36. And your perpetuity value, that is the D1 divided by R minus G. Because from here, the growth is 5%. From year 3 onward, the growth will be 5% throughout the life. Cost is 9%. So you are getting the perpetuity formula, that is D1 divided by R minus G. D1 is how much? D1 is equal to 8.24 divided by R minus G. R minus G means 9% minus 5% is equal to 173.36. So 173.36 is the perpetuity plus dividend value 0 plus dividend value 0 is equal to 173.36 is the value of the company. 1 is equal to 173 plus 0 plus 0 will be the value of the company. 173 will be the value of the company. And you see, we have done the different kind of, we have used the same to make you clear. I have made a timeline from year 1 to year 9. Anytime you see, the same value will come. Same value will come. You see, 173.36 is the valuation. Why? Because if you are valuing in second year, you are making dividend 1, dividend 2 and perpetuity value. Same. If you are doing in third year, same. Year 1 dividend, present value. Year 2 dividend, present value. Year 3 dividend, present value. Plus the perpetuity of the third year will be 173. Perpetuity means D1 divided by R minus G, terminal value. Same if you are talking about fourth year, the same thing. Fourth year, the value will be equal to D1 present value, D2 present value, D3 present value, D4 present value plus perpetuity value in year 4 is equal to 173. Again, for example, if you want to calculate the value of the stock year 5, same D1 present value, D2 present value D3 present value, D4 present value, D5 present value, and the perpetuity is equal to the same. Or else we can go to the slide, next slide please. Or else you will find here, you see, or else the formula you can use, the third formula. First formula for number of n number of years, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. Then that many number of dividends plus selling price. If you are holding the stock for 2 years, D1 divided by 1 plus R to the power 1, D2 1 plus R to the power 2 plus P2 divided by 1 plus R2. If 3 year, D1, D2, D3 price in the third year, all present values. If you are holding 7 years, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7 and present value or perpetuity value in the 7th year. Present value at the 7th year, sorry. So last 7th year you are selling the stock. So your horizon is very clear how many years you want to hold the stock. So that many dividend plus selling price because you are selling at the end of the horizon period. So the horizon period, how many? That many dividends plus selling price. This is first formula. Second, the dividend discount model or the constant dividend growth model, where R is higher than growth. R is higher than growth. We have seen in this question, R is higher than growth. For example, here R is higher than growth. R is 9%, G is 5%. Use the constant growth model because D1 divided by R minus G. R must be greater than G, then only the constant growth model will work. Otherwise, the denominator will be negative, you cannot use. That is called supernormal growth, which we have calculated here. You see, we have calculated dividend here, dividend here. Why we calculated? Because R is greater than, the R is less than growth. 30% is the growth, 9% is the R. 9 minus 30 will give you minus 21% in the denominator. There is no use of this model. So this is called supernormal growth. So this is the second model, second formula, D1 divided by R minus G. When we use the D1 divided by R minus G, when the R became greater than G, 9%, 5%. Here we have used the perpetuity growth model. See, D1 divided by R minus G. We have used in the formula. And anytime you want to make the valuation, you can make the valuation based on the D1 R minus G. Why? In all the horizon period from third year, from fourth year onward to 400 years also you go, the D1 divided by R minus G will stand. And D1 divided by R minus G is the terminal value. You need not go more than third year here because you know from fourth year the growth is going to be normal. So use the formula D1 divided by R minus G. Using that, third formula has been derived. Based on the third formula, we calculated here 173. Here also, here also, here also, everywhere you will get the same valuation. Why? Because it is equal to how many years dividend you are holding plus present value of those dividends plus present value of terminal value. As I explained you, present value of dividends, any year you want to check, your model will stand valid here. And what is separately done here? It is done using the formula given in the third. What we have done, we can do through a formula. What is that? D1 divided by 1 plus R, D2 divided by 1 plus R2 up to the n period. In this previous question, it is up to 3 years. Because in the third year, you know that fourth year dividend is, fourth year growth is going to be 5%. So calculate the terminal value. Up to third year only, the growth is high. So we calculated the D1, D2, D3 like that. From fourth year onward, dividend is going to be 75% because there is no growth that time. 5% growth is lower than the cost of capital. So in that case, what happens? D1, 1 plus R1, D2, 1 plus R2 plus dividend n divided by 1 plus R to the power n, that is the third year, plus 1 divided by, no need to go to the fourth year because growth rate is less than the cost. Use the D1 divided by R minus C formula. Using that, we have calculated through formula, we can derive here. And here, through the modeling, we derived here. And This is why three different things are done. Here, column 1, what the book has given. Column 2, certain changes are being done. Column 3, certain changes are being done here. It is now what you need to do. You need not do changes everywhere. Simply you change whatever you want to change. Things will be automatically taken care of. If it is 40%, automatically 216, you see, all things will change. 216 here also, 216 here also. If, for example, you make it 30%, automatically the share price becomes 173. And because you are taking through the, and second one, 30%, 5% earning growth, $5 is the current EPS, but the DP ratio is 0%, same. But in the third one, we made the earning growth at 6%. And the payment ratio 75%. Accordingly, we say, so here the changes. So accordingly, just go to the PowerPoint, please. These are the three different models we use. One is when horizon period is clear. Second is when the dividend is normal growth. Third one is when there are supernormal growth for few years, then it becomes normal growth. So problem of dividend discount model is when there is uncertainty in the dividend payment. You cannot use the dividend growth model. And here you just saw the graph of Nike stock projected with 1% growth to 9% growth. At 1% growth, the stock price is somewhere around 8 or 9 real or dollar. And at 9% growth, you can find the stock is around up maybe $90. So the higher the growth, higher the price. You can see the example of Amazon. The PE ratio is very high. Why? Because the PE ratio is so high, investors are considering the stock as a growth stock, not a value stock. They are expecting a very high growth from the stock. When they are expecting high growth, they don't mind to pay high price, as you have seen here. If the growth will be 9%, people are ready to pay 100% for Nike stock. If it is 1%, people are ready to pay only $8 or $9 per stock. The growth the more, the price the more. Now we will see the next part. We will see share repurchase. And before that, let me